Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Zeku Kene. Today is Thursday, February 8th, 2024. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV once again. And we want to encourage you to share the show so that we can start this very important conversation today. We are going to be discussing the audit in the Liberian government, the Joseph Boakai government. We have a lot to cover today, a whole lot. And I want to encourage all of you to share the show so we can get this conversation started. It is a good day. It is good to be here. So if you're watching us on YouTube, we want to welcome you. If you are watching on Instagram, we want to welcome you. If you are watching on Twitter, wheresoever you're watching us, we want to welcome you to SKTV. We want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. It's very, very, very important. So let me do this right here while we all help to share the show. Okay, let's do that. Let's do this right here while we all help to share the show.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask you TV menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, and more I know. And you love me, more I know what is.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask you TV menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, and more I know. And you love me, more I know what is.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, esta TV, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale, eh.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and outside of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lusa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and outside of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the premise from there. To work with my life without fear.
I live
Master.
Cleverly, so you I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, esta TV, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale, eh.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and outside of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lusa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia.
So SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best everywhere. What's up, Steve? How you doing? You're muted.
Mr. Kana, yo, we're looking at the audit and the government now. Yo.
So what's going on? I mean, what happened to the audit?
Yeah, with that discussion we're getting today. But in the meantime, other news. Where Mill Point's joining us. Maybe he will get more to tell on it. But we're looking at things. and the government trying to fix things. Let me get Milborn real quick. Milborn. Milborn,
Yeah,
what's
yeah. Sorry, not the CPM. What's up? What's up? Seku is on the other side. Seku, you don't know that. I don't know what kind of things that can happen back here. My phone is just misbehaving, but anyway, we need that one. What's up? What going on?
you get political phone, eh? Time to count the
Aha!
political.
I get, yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm saying. The whole terrain, but Seku won't be too diplomatic.
I hold you now appointed. I hold you now appointed. I want to make your phone acting.
No, I'm not appointed, but guess what? Today, I'm celebrating my 11 years with the institution.
Oh
So,
wow.
yes, indeed. So, but we just because of the love for SKTV, it's not easy. So I got to come and say no. I have to be on SKTV, but indeed, I've celebrated my because people are looking for work experience, right?
Yeah.
So Seku and Steve, you people gonna tell me what I allow or not. I've spent 11 years now. I don't have any experience.
Baku, you strong.
You want to be trouble, yo.
What deal?
Seriously. So I spent 11 years with Truth FM. So
That's
that
good.
means myself I get experience. So you got to run my campaign. Seku,
Yeah, but man, it's the experience. Bene, what you talking? It can't with credential.
What kind of position? When you want using for a position?
No, I want to be business manager.
No, but why you afraid to contest for that position?
No, I don't want. Look, I don't want to go to any position where it's where combative people are. No. I don't like kind of thing. Me, I let my live. You come, you collect. I love to come and collect.
We'll speak with the United Party, put them and look into it. That nation building process we on. Let it look into it so that somebody can contest for that position with Eugene too. I beg you. Let it.
All right, so that's great, and thank you. So Seku, Steve, we are already connected, and let's kick the ball rolling.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Kane. What say you? Today is Thursday, the 8th of February 2024. The time here is 11:13 a.m. in Phoenix, Arizona. The weather is really, really nice, folks. Mr. Kane, what say you to our people?
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing about me. I just here to listen to you because the way your country looking right now, me, I'm confused there. Me, I just here to listen to you.
Well, folks, we'll get back with Seku.
Yeah, me, I'm confused right now.
Yeah, Seku,
the way you can talk your thing right now, me, I'm confused.
Yeah, Seku
right now.
Seku looking like putting himself together.
Yeah, I gotta put my life together right now. Joe Bagger confused me.
Yeah, Seku looking like 115. Seku looking like 115.
I gotta put my life together right now. Otherwise, it's not correct.
Yeah, but folks,
no, but I'm waiting to see what you got to say.
Yeah, really quick. As always, those of you following us on the radio in Liberia via True FM, we say thank you for always tuning in. This is SKTV. We have a lot to cover today. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of things going on, as Seku said. Different news, different information. You know, it looks confusing. It looks discombobulated. It looks perplexing. But we'll pick up the most important and significant ones that will impact the lives of our people. Other social issues and other things. We might not get into it today. We might get into it on the weekend or by tomorrow. But we want to talk about some impactful things that will affect the nation and so forth. In that light, we want to greet you, as always. The Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. In other news here, really quick, in other news, like I said, there are a lot of things to talk about. But let me give you other news real quick. President Donald Trump, today, it was listened to his argument by the Supreme Court. The court in Colorado, the Supreme Court in Colorado wants to remove President Donald Trump from the ballot come 2024 November election. And so the Supreme Court listened to it. Will give out a ruling very soon. It was very interesting to watch. The Supreme Court, members of the Supreme Court, they did ask questions, and so forth. Very interesting, very intriguing. So President Donald Trump right now, the politics in the United States, it's a little, somebody will say confusing, but hey, they will get there. At the end of the day, justice will prevail in this country. That is just the truth of the matter. But in other news, Mr. Kane, since we're talking about audits, Speaker Fanati Kofa just ordered the Committee on Rules, Order, and Administration to conduct employee payroll audit. You're listening to it. We'll get into that. In other news, also, we're hearing that President Joseph Yuma Boaka has declared his assets. We're also hearing that he commissioned, I think, 3 to 4 different agencies through the GAC to be audited. So the conversation of audit is popping up. We're going to look into it. And yesterday also, after the show, while we're on the show, President Joseph Yuma Boaka also did some nominations as well. We saw the names of some people. We'll also talk about that, what it really means. And then the last part, we also are following the story and the news of Senator Sir Joseph. We wish him well. His horse got gutted with fire yesterday, or sometimes last night in Liberia. We wish him well. He's in our prayers. Like we always say on SKTV, regardless of our disagreements, we are all Liberians, and we cannot wish death for anyone. We wish him well and speedy recovery. That being said, let's get to Melbourne really, really quick. Melbourne, what's going on? How the country, Sekou say he confused, he don't know what's going on. For one of the very first times I've been with SKTV for Sekou to come on the show and just, he don't know what's going on. Not today. So
forget it. No, Sekou will be okay.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, that's a good.
The day I tell you, say I'm confused. The day I tell you, say I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. It means I got plenty of information that I'm confused. I don't even know which one to put out first.
Thank you very much. So let's hear from Melbourne. We'll get to Sekou. We'll get to Sekou right after Melbourne. We'll take a brief 30 seconds musical break after Melbourne. When we get back straight, we'll get into Sekou and get into the conversation. Please, while we are doing that, while Melbourne is speaking, please help us share the show. Invite other people.
Cool. I like that. Yes.
Remind the past
please share and
share in your chat room. The current government
and also visit our what? Because let me be frank with some of you. We have a lot of information.
Maybe thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, but Mr. Can I please post it up there, I beg you?
Yes, I tired posting it up there. So some people who normally do it,
some of you know, you said I'm telling you today that in fact I'm celebrating my 11 years. Every time we come here, you will be saying, "Oh, Melbourne, thank you for coming here. Melbourne is good." Some of the sacrifice we go through today is 11 years. Wanna be it? Some of you out there, even who listen to us via the radio, you criticize, you do everything. You don't even know sometimes the difficulty we go through. At the end of the day, everything rests on the management. Thank you. Anyway, thank you. But please don't forget, follow our cash app. So yes, indeed, thank you, Steve and Sekou. Today is the 8th of February, the second month in the year 2024. And indeed, the time check in Liberia is 19 minutes. That's 6. That's the time check in Liberia. I don't know about the rest of the world, but how be it, that's the time check. And to all of you there that are listening to us via the radio, I want to say thanks to all of you, and also to those of you that are also burning your data. I want to say thank you so much for following the SKTV program right here on Truth FM. And maybe you've been thinking about how to follow also on the radio. Go to Google Play Store also and download Truth FM, or if I Google Play, you see right there in Radio Box, Google Play Store, and or Radio Box, you see Truth FM, and seriously, you're going to see Truth FM there, and you will follow all of our programs. So follow us live also. Any part of the world you think you are, whether you're in China or India, you can also follow us through the radio. Thank you so much. So in this, Steve, you have said everything. Some of the later news. Yes, indeed, today is indeed a wonderful day where we witness the president of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Yimam Bouaka, today going to the IACC with his asset declaration on today. That was just so magnificent. So yes, indeed, Liberian hearing him for that. That's in fact they say yes, indeed.
So where's the assets?
Yes, and myself coming to not easy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are already. So
yeah, indeed. So I not coming to all I was thinking. Yeah, so yes, doing his answer declaration. Indeed, there were no photograph for the entire sheets for all to see as a public. I think that was in the brown envelope, and they were turned over to the LACC according to their own procedure. But howbeit, unfortunately, we don't get any information about how the assets will, how it look like, what other different that you have on his, or maybe what you get as a president. Everything, we don't know anything yet. And the question now will be as to whether it is mandatory for the LACC to, or maybe to publish it or not. That will be one of our bigger questions, because all of us right now, we are still blind. All we know, the president declared his asset, but up to date, we don't have any clue to know as to how many horses he have, how many, or maybe million, or how many thousand he get. We don't know yet as we speak. But everything is still in the hand of the LACC. We went there and he presented it to them. So I like the question or your take that you're coming to. Some of us, that then some of our questions will be asking back to back. Yes. So indeed, apart from that, also like Steve was saying, yes, Steve, the audit, according to the president, also on yesterday, he declared that indeed 3 branches of the government should be audited. Like for example, the let me say the CBL, the EPS, and the other NSA, according to the government or the president. So all of the things with all other things, people are nomination ongoing, other thing, and all the happening. Indeed, we are good. Liberia is okay. We're moving about freely with all of our normal activities, even though there are a lot of people who are also saddened and they are still waiting for maybe what's going to happen in the next time with all of the nomination process. On last night, also the president sent out another listing on last night, include the Mo Ali, the most talk about Mo Ali, also name a place at the boss of the WSC, that is the Water and Sewer Corporation, and seeing also Eugene Facom also going to the LBS, that is he's been nominated or been chosen as the Director General for the Liberian Broadcasting System. So yeah, Liberians are all coming up with their own views on some of the nominations as to whether they are good or not. But again, that's happening, and we are good. Steve, and that was Sekou.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's get a quick 1 second musical break here, and then right after that, we'll hear from Sekou as to some of his gatherings from SKTV to kickstart the conversation, folks. A lot of things.
Yes, Steve, before we do that, let's, Samson's here. Samson don't come here for a long time. He want to come and give a brief report.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, update to us about what's going on there. So let him give his update.
Right.
And then we can go to that. Samson, how you doing? You're muted. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay, Chief.
Yeah, so any update? What's going on in Liberia? Give us some update because you always following the news. What is the latest?
Yeah, I'm on the ground of the capital building. Today is a confirmation hearing of Minister Destinate Prince C. Johnson of the National Defense. There are series of protests have been held by the Military World Association here, calling on the Liberation Senate now to confirm Quincy Johnson. So what I have for my end here.
Wow. So the women, the
Uh,
Military Women Association, they don't want Quincy Johnson to be confirmed.
Yeah. They said
Are they giving any reasons why he shouldn't be confirmed?
yeah. Sure.
What is it?
According to the spokesperson, he said Quincy Johnson have been, maltreated. He has maltreated their husbands. The ones that the military officers that went to Mali after when they returned from Mali and their money or cut. Each of them were taking 700 from each for their benefit. So they are calling on the Liberation Senate now to confirm Quincy Johnson.
Now, when I'm breaking news on Steve.
Yes, Mr. Kane, we were contacted indirectly yesterday by someone who is making arrangements to see how best we can get the military women on here to explain their side of the story, or to let the world know at large what's really going on with retired military Commander Prince C. Johnson. So we will definitely work on that to ensure that they're here so that we can have this conversation. We did make contact with somebody or some people who are working on ensuring that they're here. So we're waiting for their response, and then we can coordinate a date and a time for us to have them on here or their representatives on here to have this conversation. So definitely he's right. And the protest was held today. I followed it. Followed it briefly today. So yes, he's right. And thank you for bringing that up, something.
So Samson, if you have nothing else to report, you don't have to burn your data. We can get back to you as soon as we
Okay, sure.
More information from
Sure,
there. We'll get back to you. Thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, folks, that was the voice of Samson, one of our
Samson Weir,
one of our correspondents or reporters
at
the Capitol building. We're following the story as well. So once we arrange the conversation, we'll let the public know. But Mr. Kane, like you said, a lot of things going on. But let's take this quick 30 minutes break. We'll be right back.
30
folks,
minutes?
Don't say 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Somebody already fighting you for the break business.
Yeah, 30 seconds, folks. That give us a chance to be able to recalibrate here and also share the show, please. Thank you. 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Okay.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The project giving us care and the premise of them. The welcome and life without care.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love me, more I know what it is.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grandmaster.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumale, ena Tiki, ena Nakagiyarina, tosi wakoma ya tumale.
Yeah, as we told you, we're going to be right back. We are back, folks. We pray and hope that you help us share the show. That's the only thing we request or require of you. Please help us share the show, folks. Please. We don't come here to joke. We come here for some seriousness. And so, in as much that we all are serious, let's share the show that the best you can do. And also, we ask that you contribute as much as you can to SKTV. Sekou, a lot of things happening. Fanatico, the speaker, is calling for audit in the house for employees, not the house itself, but employees of the house. Jose Yuma Boakai, President Jose Yuma Boakai, is calling for audit of some institution like the CBL. It sounds very coincidental because the CBL just, let me use the word, testified or provided clarity that there was $40 million and plus left in the account by the outgoing administration when President, Jose Yuma Boakai told the word and the Liberian people that there were only 20.5 million left there. This for some could sound like a witch hunt. It could sound like a game or a got you thing. But then also, what's really concerning and a little, confusing is there are laws on the books that the NSA cannot be audited. They made a law during early time. Just like Yuma Boakai was vice president, but he's calling for the NSA to be audited. What's going on? You are muted, Mr. Kane.
I'm sorry. So first of all, I want to begin with Chief Wanante Kufa, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I want to tell the Liberian people that he is one of those leaders that you can depend on, you can count on in terms of emergency. Like last night, when we were informed about the outbreak of fire at Senator Sir Joseph's home, we called a lot of people. We called some senators, including Senator Sir Joseph himself. We called Senator Darius Dillon. We called Senator Amara Kone. We called Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, amongst others. Nobody responded. And we called the press secretary. This was very late in Liberia. I know a lot of people were sleeping, but after seeing the messages or missed call, it was only the Speaker of the House that was very responsive. Less than, hold on one second. One second.
And the two of them are kind of talking. The two of them are kind of talking is very, very important because people will say, "Oh, we're not contacted" or whatever it is. But when you are contacted,
so Steve, what we did not just call, but we also left messages informing them about the urgency about what was going on. Senator Amara Kone responded this morning. But from yesterday, from last night up to where we sit, all the other senators, they never responded. One of them were even rejecting the calls. Even after seeing the message that Sir Joseph's house was on fire, one of them was rejecting the call, pushing the call back. When you call it, if you reject it, I have to go out of my way and tell the person that I'm not calling you for any personal issue, and I expect you to know better. If this is an emergency, if you cannot take a phone call, you could have responded. Then you got the message. You're going to do something about it. I said, boy, enjoy your sleep. I said that to the person. And that's very disappointing. You want to be leader, but you're not ready to take that 3 a.m. call? Leadership is not just about merrymaking. It's not just about boyfriend and girlfriend business. It's not about what you can do for people behind the scene. on a personal level, but when it comes to public issue, people should be available to attend to the need of the people, especially in terms of emergency. Some of you who could spend years, we got no business to do with you, unless it has to do with the people. You know, the Speaker of the House, Jay Fonatikofa, when I called him yesterday, in fact, it was now off camera while I was on the show. Somebody suggested, why don't you call the Speaker? Luckily, almost I got a lot of people on the meeting, if not all of them. I got more people number, direct number. So immediately when I call the Speaker, in fact, while I was on the phone with the gentleman that called us, while we were watching Sir Joseph house burning, then people keep running and say, another house is burning again. About a block next to Senator Sir Joseph's house. Pretty much everything was going on. Things were happening rapidly. You cannot get confused as to what's going on. Imagine that time of the night. If you can't get leadership, to respond, to even see what they can do to help their colleague, what about ordinary people? Imagine you receiving a message that we just heard that fire is on Sir Joseph's house, and you wake up, you look at the message, you cannot respond, you cannot say anything. That's wicked. That's very, very wicked. What about our common people? We have no 911 system. We got no fire service system. In fact, when someone was contacted about that time of the night, somebody from the fire department said, all the fire trucks we have here, no fuel inside. Steve and Mabel. He said, no fuel in the fire service truck. To move the truck alone, not to talk about getting water to go and rescue the people. Joseph Parker took over more than 2 weeks ago. Those were the national security concerns we're talking about. On day one, you got to make sure you have the fire service ready to rescue the country. That's a real rescue mission there. Making sure you have something in place when there is a fire outbreak or anything that got to do with public safety. They are properly managed and you do something about it. And on a timely fashion. Imagine somebody saying, a fire service person saying, they don't have leadership. You don't have leadership, but what about other people? What about the principal deputies? What about other positions that are not appointed positions? We learned that if the principal minister or director, the main people, if they are, yet to be appointed, people that are serving should be able to act. No leadership and nothing to help the Liberian people. The very day Joseph Parker took over, that was the day they're supposed to make sure they appoint police director. That was the day they're supposed to make sure they appoint fire service director. Of every major security apparatus or national security area, things that can cause problem on the people, you got to make sure all those things are taken care of on day one. But 2 weeks later, they don't have gasoline, they don't have fuel in the fire service truck. That is the first major failure of Joseph Parker government. Fire burning people's house. You say you don't get no gas in the gas in the. I mean, and then people who prove that the president did not present the right information to the Liberian people are now subject to being audited. The president declares his assets. Where is the assets? If you're going to do like a Joey, that means we don't call that asset declaration. That's a betrayal of trust. That's nothing. If Joseph Boakai declares his assets, it should be sent. It should, let him be public about it. They will tell you exactly what Joey people told you. They will tell you, say, go and find it. Go to this person, go to that person, and you will never find it. If Joseph Boakai is really serious about declaring his assets, let us send it to public media. Those are public documents. Let us send it to all the media outlets, all the agencies. So I'm very disappointed this morning that fire will catch somebody's house. Nobody to answer their phone. Somebody said last night when I was on the show, why don't you call the president, President Boakai? How would I call the president? Small one, they're not answering their phone. President Putin not answering her phone. Dillon not answering his phone. Sajuse himself not even know where to be found. A lot of different people. I don't want to call some people name, but people that I'm disappointed in that they put in their name again, I'm calling. They are a bunch of jokers. They're not serious people. Any human being, if somebody call you and leave you a message for emergency, the honorable thing to do is to message them, but you don't have to call back. Say, I got a message. We'll do something about it. But it is irresponsible for you to ignore a message when it comes to emergency. That's been very, very mean. It's been very wicked. And you could be even accused of knowing something about it, because if you are informed that something, your friend is dying, your friend's house is burning, and you cannot respond to that, maybe you send people there to go and burn the guy's house. At least responding to say, oh, we got the information, we'll do something about it. Unlike Fonatil Kufa, when Fonatil Kufa was called, immediately, he didn't pick up the phone right away, but less than 2 minutes, he called back while we were on the show. He called back. And what he told me, oh, Sekou, thank you. Let me make some phone calls. Let's see what we can do about it. That's what you call leader. That's what you call human being. Everything is not about money. That 3 a.m. call. And somebody else say, oh, run for president, vice president in the future. We will see how you're going to run for it. You can be do your man, woman business, then government business, then something important about your country. Then you're not able to answer your phone. Then won't be president and vice president and this and that. It's a shame. It's a shame. When you are needed, that's when leaders are known. That's how you can know that somebody is actually a leader. It doesn't have to be you. Imagine if they can do this to one of their colleagues. What about common people? Are they going to care about you?
And there's a question. There's a question.
Leaders don't sleep. Let me tell you the truth. Leaders don't sleep. Leaders can only take a nap, but when they are called, they wake up. Imagine yesterday, man, when this guy was called, he didn't pick up right away, but immediately when he saw the message, he called back. He didn't even just text message, he called back right away. And that was it. We didn't need him for anything else. We never had any personal thing to discuss with him. So I'm just disappointed in some of those so-called leaders who only dare to collect money from the Liberian people and know nothing and do nothing about leadership. But they pretend to be the leaders that the people need, the people can depend on. We cannot even answer your phone call. We cannot even respond to an emergency about your friend. What about other people? What about ordinary people who are nobody? Nobody know them. Shame on all of you guys, man. Especially Senator Dillon and young Lord. I'm so embarrassed of you guys. You guys are the
So I want to ask you a question. Yes, I don't know whether you allow me to ask you this question because say you call from the time you call up to now, have you seen any post of maybe sympathy or maybe even in solidarity from some of the people they talk about?
I haven't seen anything. Maybe I haven't checked, but I haven't seen anything.
Okay, good.
They don't care. They don't care.
So guess what? Second, last night I received 10 calls from what you just talked about. So the people, they look, sometimes
the other ones that were rejecting the calls, so they were not sleeping. Maybe
so
they were busy doing their, quack, quack, quack. And
so
there's more important to them
common people
when they're taking care of the
indeed.
country.
And the common people,
so they want them to burn down while they're sleeping or enjoying themselves and care less about what happened to the people.
And that's the part, or quickly maybe before President Mon come in, the common people, they look up to the media. Can you imagine how struggling we are? Where even the government not even thinking about the media, the government not even thinking to say, okay, at least even whether you are private media institution or not, let's be able to put something in a budget, at least maybe as a subsidy for the media institution. They don't care. But the common people or the NI people, they look up to us. Can you imagine, Sekou, I received 10 mass calls last long. In fact, I even answered some of the calls. People are maybe on the horses burn. I said, but can you imagine you calling me by this time? I don't even have a car. I don't even have a motorbike. How do you expect to even go there?
I didn't call my picking. I called Abraham. Abraham was up. Abraham answered the phone. And I told him, Abraham, something that. Let me tell you what happened. This guy here from New Jersey, he was in Liberia. He the one called me, Sekou. I said, what's going on? He said, oh, Sekou, something bad is happening. I was just driving by and I'm seeing Sir Joseph's house on fire, and somebody told me that the senator is in the house. That's how the guy was so afraid. He literally crying. That's why I came on and I posted this is an SOS call. Whoever is around there, people need help. You call the police, you call the fire service, you call your leader there to wake up, let him go. So immediately I got on the phone and started calling people around. I called different people.
And you are right, Sekou. Let me be frank, quickly minute into that way you just said. You are right, because most of our buildings or maybe most of our homes nowadays, they are all prison compound. Let me just be frank, and I will tell you the reason why they are prison compound. We build, or in fact, we even pull the. Can you imagine? There are no exit route for those horses that we are building. There's no way they can easily escape. We put window bars, we put everything that will prevent us from even escaping. So you are right, rather than be calling back to back because mind you, there's no way they could easily escape.
In fact, one of them told me, you can't even believe it. But that one part, I would not even. One of them wrote me and said, oh, I'm busy this time. I want to be less busy in May. And the only time to talk to me in May, it will be on the weekend. I said, okay. I'll call you back. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And that person expressed concern about the information that was sent to them about what happened to one of their colleagues.
The mindset of our leaders
well, anyway, Steve,
the mindset of our leaders by the time
go ahead, you conclude.
The mindset of our leaders by the time you call them, even we that are here today as a journalist, when you call them, they put in that you want to beg them for money and so forth. Sometimes, and that's just
but you can think like that. But once you are communicating with the actual message that this is the reason why we are reaching out to you, you should be able to respond to that. Not responding to that, that's been very irresponsible and foolish. So, Steve, with regards to the
Mr. Canada, work on Cyrus really quick.
President Monsaro, remember, welcome. President Monga, I don't know whether he's there.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Canada.
Yeah, Cyrus can log on sometimes, can still be busy, can be muted. So, with regards to the whole idea of audit, any form of audit is a good thing for me. But just one, I don't like a witch hunt. And I also like an audit to be transparent. An audit is not about somebody trying to put somebody in trouble or somebody trying to undermine the other person. An audit is about transparency. It's about making sure that you're on the same page, making sure you're doing your job the right way, making sure you are doing your job, you have some level of integrity. And integrity means doing the right thing when nobody's looking. An audit, it means that they want to make sure that whatever you say you are doing, that's what you are doing. And you did it the right way in accordance with the law. So for Joseph Boagai to start auditing the central bank after central bank exposed him for not telling the truth to the Liberian people, that is untimely. It also signifies some level of reprisal. Why you have to expose me like this? In fact, I mean, audit you. And the end of that audit, they're going to fire people.
Yes.
That's the reason behind that audit. That is untimely. And Joseph Boagai, let me tell you something. Not only that they can listen to us, not only that they can take cue from us, but they also listen to our recommendation and they can take most of the recommendation without acknowledging it. We know it. Even some of the names that we call that they needed to look at them and do something for them, they did it. Joseph Boagai is listening right now and watching. The auditing of central bank at this point is misplaced.
Yep.
It's untimely, and it shows high level of intolerance and dictatorial tendency that you don't want to be touched. You don't want to be scrutinized. That is wrong. That is wrong. In fact, even if you were to audit the central bank, you should have waited. Let us whole thing be clear. Let the whole thing be clear. But you cannot be under some level of public scrutiny. At the same time, the legislature trying to scrutinize about what happened, what you did, and then you at the same time simultaneously auditing the same agency. It's wrong. It is counter-progressive, and it signals high level of dictatorial tendency that you don't want to be touched. Similar, everything Joseph Boagai and Unity Party accused Joria of, they are the worst of all.
What Mr. Kane?
LSCC signaled that Joria government officials, two of them were corrupt, and they were recommended to be investigated and prosecuted. They immediately called for a government retreat, cabinet retreat in Ghana. Eventually, what they did, they went to dissolve the leadership of LACC and asked everybody to reapply. Similarly, Joseph Boakai now being scrutinized, being exposed by the Central Bank of the Republic of Liberia, then immediately they are subjected to audit.
What Mr. Kane, that's retaliation as well.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Because as a reprisal, I said earlier. So, and not only as a reprisal, but to also send a message to other entities and agencies that don't dare to scrutinize me or to contact me. Other than that, you'll be audited and eventually be fired. It is embarrassing. It is shameful.
Beyond embarrassing.
Yeah, I hope Joseph Nima and his team will take a second look and actually remove the central bank from that audit as of now, as of today. Let us make sure for what happened to the 40 million and 19.5 million. Let's make sure everything is clear. Once everything is clear from that side, the Joseph Boakai can go now and audit the people. But you can't go and institute an audit in the middle of an investigation where you are implicated. People are not stupid, man. What say you?
Huh?
I say, what say you?
That's the game. That's how the cartel.
Look at the other person telling me, say, we give other people chance to speak. This is our platform. This is our show. Go create your own show. You decide how you want to run it.
You know, it reminds me about the situation that happened in America and in Europe. You know, Ukraine was one of the most corrupt. Ukraine is a capital for money laundering for all the Western politicians. The way how they steal here is they send the money outside the country and then the money come back indirectly. So Ukraine was so corrupt that they elected a comedian. You know, Zelensky, he used to be like a comedian on TV. The people were so mad with the politicians that they elected a comedian. So the moment the Trump administration said want to open an investigation for the Ukraine to know that why our politicians were doing it, you know what happened here? They open an impeachment inquiry to derail the project. It's the same thing you see happening for the Joseph Boakai playbook. They know exactly what they are doing because they will be exposed. So now the central bank is subjected to an audit. Can you think about that? It's the same thing from the Georgia government playbook you just lay out. That's how a criminal enterprise operates. There will not be no audit. They will make it sketchy, they will make it milky, and people will just forget about it on a day-by-day basis. The longer they can drag it on, the least likely for an audit to happen throughout the entire, with the three branches of government. It's the same players. Like we keep saying, this was the worst decision the Liberian people ever made. But coming from Unity Party to CDC and then going back to Unity Party, it's the same playbook dating back as far as 2005. That's just what you're seeing right here.
But Monk, and Mr. Kane, on a bigger page, I don't know who's advising Joseph Yoman Boakai, who I currently support. I don't know who's advising him. These are elementary mistakes that you don't make.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to do legitimate audit of this particular agency, ministry, or branch of government, the timing is not strategic. It don't add up. It don't make no sense. Even if you were doing it for the right reason, it's so doubtful, because these same people clarify to the word that you lie. Automatically, right after it shows up, right after the reports comes up from the Senate, then you are calling for audit. Why didn't you call for audit when you took over first thing first, when you knew that 20 million was given to you instead of 40 million? Why didn't you call for audit? Why have you know? These are some of the things that when we say people say we hate these people or we don't want it. When we
so quickly before we go for the news bulletin, or Steve Sekou and other business monk, but I want to ask this question. If you want to audit, I think, why can't you start with maybe with the Ministry of States that you maybe have it or maybe control?
No. Actually, the president controls the entire government, and the reason why we have problem with he auditing or ordering the audit of the central bank at this time, there's an issue going on. If there's nothing going on, it's okay. Whatever, the president can choose how you want to go about his business as president. But as long as there is something features going on that implicates you, you being questioned now, or being somehow look at somebody who want to steal from the Liberian people, and it is the central bank where you're trying to get the money, or maybe you're already taking the money from there. So now that people are investigating you, people are trying to actually scrutinize you for what you allegedly have done. You allow that process to take place, and then later on you can do something else. But in the middle of that investigation or scrutinizing, and then you just went ahead and try to silence the people or try to intimidate them, audit them for what? For exposing you? Audit them for what? For telling the world that Joseph Boakai lied to the Liberian people and the world at large? So it's just crazy. It is.
All right, so we're going for the news bulletin. People can continue.
Give us a signal when you are ready to come back. and we'll definitely go back on the radio. But
you know what even got me? What even got me a little? It's getting me. I don't want to use the word annoyed, but I'm disturbed by it. And I will say this on the radio again: is this? You would think these people with their experiences in government, quote unquote experiences in government, I'll put quotation to it because when you have experience in doing something, you don't repeat the same mistakes that you just criticized. Joseph Boakai declared assets. The same thing we complain about Jawia on. He never made it public. Why is that?
Joseph Boakai declared nothing.
And we're supposed to pass around and celebrate that. I'm supposed to celebrate. Look, this might not pick.
Who knows what is in the envelope?
What is in the asset? We got to know what's in the asset.
Whether the human being is or the human being thing or is that.
So everybody that want to celebrate this, Joseph Boakai, really did that thing or whatever it is.
Or maybe you're going to put the medication inside the public and be taking you to go tell the person we this is asset. No. Asset declaration, it means that it should be public. Let the people know exactly what's going on. The purpose of it is for the people to know that this is what you had. These are the things you had before you were ascended to the presidency. Once you declare to the people know exactly what you already have, how much you have in your account, property you acquired over the years, everything that belongs to you. Once the people know, whatever you acquire after that, nobody cares. Because people know, but they may already have these things. And those things too, that you're going to show to the people, let people be able to actually understand that you legally, legitimately acquire those things. That those things are yours legally. Then after that, whatever you acquire after that during the presidency, people will be able to scrutinize as to how you're going to be acquiring those things. First of all, let's say if the president's pay, if the president's budget is $1 million, just for the sake of argument, and then over a period of 1 year, and then the president acquires something that costs $20 million, then that raises a red flag, a cost for you to be scrutinized, a cost to be investigated, a cost to know exactly where you get that additional 19 million from. If your pay is $1 million and you only, that's your whole budget. That means you're not taking anything for instance, just $1 million. But then you go acquire something that costs $20 million. People want to know what happened. But how can we know that when you even fail initially to declare your asset to the people? How do people know? If Joseph Boakai, let me tell you something, Steve, when you say people that got experience, getting experience, just experience is one thing. But getting a good experience is quite another thing. Like we always say, they say practice make perfect. No, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice make perfect. Wrong practice is not perfect. Doing the wrong thing over and over again, having experience in doing the wrong thing, that's not good experience. Having experience of doing the right thing, doing the good things, that is the experience that is needed. But just because you have experience, because somebody is old doesn't mean they are smart. I've said that before. Because somebody is older than you doesn't mean they're smarter than you. It's not like, it doesn't work like that. Their behavior, their attitude, their action, and their past history can tell you whether or not they are smart. If somebody is corrupt and you have experience in corruption, that's not the experience you need. But if you take them under the pretext of being experienced, when they come, the experience what they have, that's what they're going to display. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Joseph Boakai and the government people, they are yet to show anything that Liberian people can really count on them, that they are here for a real change. Even their own people saying it.
And you know what? No wonder why they were running yesterday with Joseph Boakai going to take his test because he wanted to do the same thing that Jawia did. To sneak and carry his asset declaration or whatever he claimed he declared to LACC without making it public. So they created this big illusion and got people all excited temporarily or whatever it is. Let me tell you something. This is not a joking business we are on. Everything we criticize in George Weah must not be repeated. If it is repeated and you celebrate it, then Joe Weah was not the problem. You are the problem. You were only waiting for your own rogues to come so that you can celebrate them. The same thing we hated, the same thing we spoke against. Why must one group of people do the same thing? Why must one group of people do the same thing and other people celebrate the same thing that we hated, the same thing that we criticized? Why? So Joseph Walker need to do the needy, make his asset declaration public so that we can know where he got the money from, how much was in his account, and so forth. We need to know. It is
honestly, me, I really, to be honest with you, I'm not happy the position I'm in right now. I really, really wanted Joseph Walker to go at least 3-6 months before I can even criticize him for anything. To be honest, that's what I wanted. But it's just hard to be quiet on these things.
It is. It is.
You got to do it right, at least for once. It is embarrassing. There are a point where people are even telling me, oh, maybe Sekou, maybe they promised Sekou something. Maybe they promised Sekou job. Maybe Sekou is talking to people in the new government, this and that. No, I just wanted us to give Joseph Boakai and his government at least 3 months, 6 months. But if you start the corruption at the door, and we cannot be quiet on those things.
Well, I told you from day one. I told you from day one. I said these people are criminally minded. There is, even if you try to take it easy with them, you go easy with them. They don't like that because they will take you for a ride. They will take you to be a fool, and they want for you to fall in line with their criminality, the same thing I will criticize. They want for you and then to be. I'm not here to be friend or cool. Me, I'm nobody on that level. They will just do what is right. You will not hear all criticizing you. But you're supposed to be pacing my head, tell me, say, Rini, and say that, and I say, oh, yeah. Like, we're not giving, I'm not giving nobody no time. No time. People getting, oh, you're all shit, funny shenanigans. I mean, also be on.
I think of all the panelists on the show, I think Moses is going to be the right one here for calling these things from the beginning, because some of us, Sekou, we had the same sentiment that let's get Joseph Boakai out time based on experience and the length of time he been in government. Based on our common tradition, let's give the old man some little bit of time. But it seems like I think the kind of adjective Steve been using it giving you a reason, and I think he's been vindicated in using the adjective because only a criminal will try to hide his asset using sketchy means. I mean, you're almost like opening a politician opening a shell corporation. Because why are you doing it for? It can only be for illegal purposes. Because you not want to be transparent. You cannot be fair. And if you cannot be fair, how can we expect you to go after the outgoing administration when you are doing the work within weeks, within days, not even weeks? The central bank issue is sketchy. Your asset declaration, and you're talking about drug test. Who gave a hang about drug test, Joseph Boakai? We want to see your asset declaration. We want to hear about war crimes court. We want to hear about transparency. You're talking about drug tests? Come on, man.
That drug testing is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
It's a distraction.
President going to take drug test for what? Are you a drug?
It's a distraction, Mr. Kane.
Who cares? I mean, you damn sure taking drug test before you're running for president there. Because in America here, before they can hire you to a job, every requirement you got to go through it, including drug tests. They will take some will take your PP samples, some will take your blood sample to make sure if you are not on drug before they hire you. You're already a president now. Drug test. What is drug test all about?
Sekou, in as much as the drug pandemic is affecting the youth, since when Joseph Boakai being known for someone that can abuse drugs, that when he say he's going to do drug test, it's supposed to bring something different. Just go after the criminals that are bringing drugs into the country. Look at all the illegal points that people can get access to illegal drugs, and just close the loophole. We don't need you taking a drug test because it doesn't have any meaningful impact on the average voter. Yes, it just doesn't make sense. But Moses said it right. It's a distraction. It's the same playbook from CDC. You know, every time Georgia engaged in a criminal activity, they always manufacture something that will distract the Liberian people. Whether it was seizing Yeke Koluba children passport, they were always creative in bringing up something that would distract the public. That the same trend we have witnessing with this incoming administration. That drug testing is nothing but a fluke. It's a waste of time. It had no meaning. It got no value. I don't know why he want to stress that he would be the first.
So even if somebody was caught, let's say for example, let's say somebody from the legislature, they were tested positive. What can Joseph Boakai do? Fire them from the legislature? No, he can't. He doesn't have the power to do that. So you see what I'm saying? This is a total distraction. And I will keep saying this until
So Steve, in all, what is the importance of this whole drug test now? What is the importance of it? What is the importance of that? What is
I don't.
what does it bring? What does it bring? Negative or positive? What does it bring at all?
Yeah. No, it's just
So,
optical. It's just for the optics, to bamboozle the average
okay, even
voter.
the optics now. What is the optical value?
That he's taking the lead.
It's nothing.
Certain drugs.
That means Joe Biden was suspicious of being a drug addict or what?
Yeah, and nobody ever suspected him of being a drug addict. Nobody
ever talk about that. So, let me say this. Me and Monk, we were wrong when we said that we have to give Joseph Boakai government time to grow, get in time to make mistakes, get in time to at least start working. Steve said he doesn't expect anything good from them. But from all indication, Joseph Boakai will be worse than George Weah. He'll be worse than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Right at the door, all the appointments are people that financially contributed to Joseph Boakai. Those were the people that he started appointing. And all the lucrative areas, he placed his trusted people, family members included, in those areas, including Nokar, including Maritime. And he placed Sekou Dukle and Amos Tue at FPRC and National Port Authority for a reason.
Yeah.
Because his own proximity and his son proximity with them.
Yes.
And what they have done before they got those positions. And what they committed to bringing to Joseph Boakai and his people. That is very embarrassing. For Joseph Boakai to even follow Ellen's footsteps, Ellen sent her son to Nokar, and he stole 35 million of Liberian people dollars. She said she took responsibility. For Joseph Boakai to come right at the door and put his nephew in Nokar to be responsible for the oil company, right at the door. Somebody himself said he can be trusted. You go take that person and place him in Nokar, the national oil company. Also place somebody at the Maritime. We told you here, when George Weah took over, there were certain people that were getting, beside their salary, they were getting extra income from the central bank and from Nokar and from Maritime, including the current deputy speaker, for receiving 15,000 extra from Maritime, 10,000 extra from central bank. Now Joseph Boakai sending his family, friends, cousins, nephew in those areas. Joseph Boakai turned around and appointed Francis Yumale, a murderer, a killer who said he can kill people. He said it on camera. He said, "You come and arrest me." He said, "I'm a damn freaking rebel." He said that. To appoint that person as Minister of Internal Affairs speaks volume. It means that Joseph Boakai is as corrupt as George Weah was. Joseph Boakai is incompetent as George Weah was. Joseph Boakai is also a nepotist. Maybe if you don't know what that means, it means that Joseph Boakai is involving in nepotism. Nepotism means that people appointing their family member in key government positions regardless of their qualification, leaving other people who are qualified and able to do the job. It is called nepotism. It is against the law. It is against the Constitution of Liberia. It is illegal to engage in nepotism. In fact, Joseph Boaka's son not supposed to be in any area where decisions are made. But he's been participating in every major decision making. The last time at the induction ceremony of the National Port Authority Managing Director Sekou Duplé, it was his nephew, Jay Kabakoli, who spoke on behalf of the president, not the vice president, not the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, but his cousin.
The same nephew that was appointed.
Yeah. The same nephew that was appointed at Noka is the same nephew that went there to represent the president. That is called nepotism. And it is illegal. Go and read your constitution. It's illegal. So I find it very difficult to actually start to criticize Joseph Nima Boakai at this early stage of his government. That's not what I intended to do. I wanted Joseph Boakai to have some time, at least 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months, to see whether he's going to make mistakes like George Weah did by breaking down his homes in 3 months and start taking the Liberia people money to build multi-million-dollar homes for themselves. At some point, they say it was for him. At some point, he said, well, it was for his son. At some point, his son has to come and bash him. But I think Joseph Boakai is going to be worse than George Weah, given the way they're starting it.
Well, Mr. Kane, I know before Milburn left off the, let me say this before Milburn left off. Let me say what I said earlier on. I see some Liberians are celebrating, oh, Joseph Nima Boakai declare her asset. Let me tell you something. If you are celebrating Joseph Nima Boakai declaring her asset to LACC and hiding her asset, because declaring to the LACC that one thing, declaring it to the public that another thing, and we criticize President George Weah for not declaring her asset to the public, and you are celebrating Joseph Nima Boakai. President George Weah never had problem. You got problem.
So Joseph Boakai, you put assets in a brown envelope?
He's on a brown file. The brown file, I get a picture of it. He put it in a brown file.
Forget about the whole history about brown envelope in Labrador?
No, he not forget about it because he used to collect brown envelope.
So they try use the brown envelope, so everything that in brown envelope now.
Yeah, no, the file low yellow. Let be on the the little
yellow, brown, they all looking the same.
Okay, well,
that's clear. But
Mr. Kane,
wasn't any brown one.
No, but Mr. Kane, the point is very important though, because it's we ask President George Weah for not making his assets public, and President Joseph Boakai, as we speak, dished out monies twice. Yeke raised that alarm. While we can see in our asset declaration what President Joseph Boakai had before he took over, what he has now, and what's going on, why he got to carry the LACC and not declare to the public. And I'm supposed to be happy and celebrate that he declared. Anybody who declared that, and you have problem with President George Weah, you got problem with yourself, and you are only waiting for your own group of criminals to come in so you can celebrate them. You are not willing to do the right thing. Because if you are willing to do the right thing, then let's hold President Joseph Boakai feet to the fire, let him declare an asset to the public. Because we held President George Weah feet to the fire, he refused. That part of the reason we made sure we voted President George Weah out. So we cannot exclude President Joseph Nima Boakai for that and say, and start celebrating, oh, the man declare your asset. Declare asset where? As far as we concern, he not declare nothing. That joke your own.
Joseph Boakai declared nothing. And at this point, from all indications, especially Joseph Boakai appointing people, and guess what happened yesterday? After people crowd that Joseph Boakai need to support, he needs to appoint or help those people that really fought for him, the 4 soldiers. He decided to make Young then happy. Yeah. And then he went to appoint Young function of the leader of the Liberty Party people then. Jacob Smith.
And
that one, the other one, Sando, and a lot of other people just to satisfy those people. But what I can tell you, this is not a position I really wanted to be in. But I have no option because we said we're going to do this for Liberia. And the one that coming here to insult, to infuse tribe, to infuse religion and what have you, we don't care. We're not going to delete you. You'll be here and here, listen. We're not going to delete you. You should close your ears or you should delete yourself and get out of here. But we're not going to delete you. Call me any kind of name. Maningo Do, Maningo Kiaro, Maningo Pico. So long as Maningo only are happy. I'm proud to be Maningo. Maningo Do, I want it. Maningo Pico, I want it. You call yourself proud. So Maningo Do, they will hear me.
Thank God at least that you are living being.
Yeah. So it's
that
good.
Matter.
You know, the thing is, those are the distractors that is sent to come and distract us from discussing the real issue. So, we care less about that. But you are opening a front, a wall front that you cannot survive.
That's the point.
I can tell you that you can never fight the media. You cannot. All you need to do, the best way you can fight is to do the right thing. The people have nothing to say about you. People have no negative to say about you. But if you're doing the wrong thing and then you think you can bully people and you can come and insult people and they'll be quiet, you are making a mistake. In fact, you don't even know Joseph Boakai being somebody with heart problem. If you subject Joseph Boakai to media attack on a daily basis, God forbid, you might cause him a problem. Because Joseph Boakai is very sensitive, I know that. He's very sensitive to everything that they say on social media, including on radio. He doesn't like any negative on his name. And one of the reasons why Joseph Boakai decided to run for president, he wanted to leave a legacy. And this legacy does not seem to be a favorable one.
Which legacy?
Criminal legacy, corruption legacy, stealing legacy, nepotism. You know, doing things that are not acceptable. This man is supposed to be the statement. This man is supposed to be
which statement? You can be using BB talk.
It's supposed to be the statement. It's supposed to be the wise old man.
Where wise?
Because the man age and his experience in government, people believe that he's going to be a difference maker. But let me tell you this. Before I go back to Monk, and I want Monk to really react to this particular thing. From Joseph Boakai appointing J. Kamakoli with no remorse to Noka, with Joseph Boakai's son being involved deeply in who to appoint, for Joseph Boakai to prioritize rewarding the highest bidders, people who pay him the more money, whether before, during, and after the campaign. With Joseph Boakai being someone to lie openly in public about money that he received from George Weah. With all of these negativities, Monk, how soon you think Lebanon people will start giving up on Joseph Boakai to say, you know what, this is not what we wanted? How long is it going to take?
I would say 3 to 6 months. And I will openly say on this show, it's just a matter of time. I'm going to label this administration.
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
What, Mr. Kane? I don't think the issue now is about how long.
More is talking. Maybe something happened with your system.
Yeah, you distracted me, bro.
More is talking. More is on the radio. Maybe everybody hearing him. Who are you?
Well, how can you get it, man?
Yeah, because you said that you joined the Unity Party. That's why.
So your network.
Yeah, your network right now is.
Okay, let me leave the studio and come back
network
because
is
it's looking funny. Let me leave the studio and come back. Yeah, that's the
Your
issue.
network is corrupted.
Folks, I'll be back. That's the issue.
Good. President Porto.
Go ahead. All of them who judge on the government can go. So go ahead.
Segu,
Go ahead, Monk.
there is nothing strange. These people believe that they place a calculated bet and they want this bet and that they can do things that they want to do. I gave the average voter for Joseph Boaga his average supporter anywhere between 3 to 6 months. They the one will be the first to raise this flag. I mean, they are seeing it. They just cannot admit. For us, we saw it before it could happen. We made predictions, and we seen everything put into play. There's pay to play, and it's the same old thing. Everything is from a playbook. Everything is scripted. Joseph Boaga knows there are certain strategic positions in government, whether it's maritime, whether it's NUCA, whether it's ARA. All government positions are not created equal. There are certain agencies and institutions that are very lucrative, and he wants kickbacks. So he will put people using his son and other people around him in the strategic position. Jacob College didn't just go to NUCA. They know the capability of NUCA when it comes to raising revenue. Look, Sekou, from what I'm witnessing, like I said, you and myself got it wrong, and Moses got it right. Within the next 30 to 60 days, I will officially label this this sitting government, the Chinese buffet government, because it looks like it's a to-go thing. Everybody wants to get something because they believe that.
Can you explain to the people who call Chinese buffet? Maybe they don't know. Maybe
yeah,
they don't have
Chinese buffet. When I say the Chinese buffet administration,
if you want, I can break it down for you in simple English.
Yeah, you break it down for me in simple.
Let me tell you what they call Chinese buffet. Because I went to Europe, and we're not there. So the one they call, buffet, I went there, that one, another buffet, they can measure and give it to you. That one, another buffet. The Chinese buffet they have here in America is a big restaurant wherein they get everything scattered all over the place. Meat say yummy here, shrimp say yummy here, chicken, everything say yummy here. They're there. When you go, you pay your money. You can go, you want to sit down there to eat. You don't go back 10 times to put your go and sit there and eat. You can eat as much as you want. So nobody can give it to you. You can go pick for yourself.
Is it free? Is something that free?
You pay the money. When you pay the money, you pay
1 time, and that's it.
When you pay a $10 that you
eat all you want.
You can go 10 trips to eat. Yeah, now they call it. That one a lot of people don't even know what the buffet is. And then maybe if you don't want to sit down there to eat, if you say I just pay my money to go, they will call I want to go. I pay my money and take to go. They can choose. They can put it for you. They'll give you the plate. You take any amount you want to take.
Yeah.
You follow the plate until you have to close. Any kind of way you want to take it, and you go out. So that one you're going to call the government, Chinese buffet
government.
People will take whatever they want to take, and they are go for. They will go by themselves.
And nobody will talk.
Nobody will talk.
No.
That are entitlement. That are entitlement.
Sekou couldn't have break it down any better, and that's exactly what it means. People go into this position. Why do you think a guy like Luther Tapper or raising a gesture? Luther Tapper is not going to play the role of Molu to be running a party here. He know we can sugarcoat it all we want. We know the underlying issue of Joseph Boaga, whether it's the age, whether it's the health. Nobody is 100% guaranteed. Who want to play the role of a party leader or a party chairman when you can get yourself a lucrative position and make more money as possible? Why do you think he was targeting the Freeport of Morovia? That's just why it is. Everybody wants somewhere strategic that can generate revenue to steal and get out as quickly as possible, because you can never tell what is going to happen. You see, for CDC, there was a little bit of different. They came with the expectation of staying in power for 24 years. I don't know who told them that, boy. Apparently, they started 18 from 24, so they were left with 6. With Joseph Boaga on, they know there will be no second term. Anything can happen within the first 6 years, whether it's 1 year or 2 years from now. So everybody is rushing to get their hands on the most resources as quickly as possible and get out. Worst case scenario. That's why I'm telling you, this is the Chinese buffet administration. And within the next 30 days, based on the trajectory of things happening in this government, we will officially call it the Chinese buffet administration in the history of Liberia in the next 30 days.
So, Chinese buffet will even be better. Because Chinese buffet, that one, you can pay for it. But they wanted to take it for free. So The new buffet, you can pay for it, and then you take whatever you want to eat as
Yeah.
much as you want.
Yeah.
But then one part, they're not even paying for anything.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah. Go and take
But
all
on
you
a serious note, I know, like I've said, I have a lot of friends in this government from different part of the government.
So,
And I have no disrespect. With no disrespect to my friends. I respect you guys and love you guys to the moon. But when it comes to Liberia, when it comes to our country, y'all got to do the right thing. We will not stop at anything to criticize Joseph Boakai government constructively. And we're not going to lie on Joseph Boakai government. You know very well Joseph Boakai appointed his nephew, J. Kabakoli Anoka. You know that's not a lie. You know Joseph Boakai appointed Sekou Dukle to be at Labrador, National Port Authority because of what
National Port Authority.
What he did for him, what he did for him financially. You know that. You know that's not a lie. You know that Joseph Boakai prioritized those that contributed financially to him first. And in fact, Stanton Witherspoon had problem with Joseph Boakai initial appointments. Joseph Witherspoon wanted people to be appointed for his show. And that's how Lyle Fangon now being appointed at LBS, Liberian Broadcasting System. That is the major government institution for information sharing. And you take a liar, you put him there. You take a troublist, you put him there. A divisionist. Somebody that America front serving in we are government. Somebody that we are government throw out. That this man is a non-governmental material. Somebody that the Liberians House of Representatives declare as a non-governmental material. A leftover. Somebody that nobody cares about, nobody trusts. A laughing stock. Somebody that everybody laughing at. You take that one simply because Stanton Witherspoon say you have to appoint people from a show. Hey, Joseph Boakai.
Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane.
I mean, this is embarrassing.
Mr.
Even
Kane.
those in the Unity Party, they know very well that Eugene Fagon is a non-governmental material. So if you appoint Eugene Fagon, you must appoint Prophet Key. Prophet Key is better than Eugene Fagon because Eugene Fagon look like a good man, like a crazy man in clean clothing. Prophet Key, that one everybody can see, and when the time you open your mouth, you know straight who he is. But Prophet Key is better than Fagon. Fagon is mentally deranged, honestly speaking. Fagon, when he elaborated, the man said somebody, poison him with nerve agent. He said one time he will say, you the finish poison me, I can't be down. The another day again, he said, Jowia, that this one, the next day again, Jowia, that good man. The following day, he will say, Jowia is the best person. One day he will say, I will never go to Spoon Toy again. Spoon are bad station, Spoon, there are people, they are liars, they are fakers, they are this and they are liars, they this and that. The next day you will see him there. Fangon is mentally disturbed. And then Fangon going to be the leader of LBS. I don't know whether the Senate, Fangon said all the senators, all the lawmakers in Liberia, they say they are not educated. He's the most educated one because he has full AA degree. He said all the senators are not educated. Nobody in Liberia know anything. Everybody is crazy. Everybody is stupid. He's the only. Let me tell you something. Anybody who thinks that they are smarter than the whole world, they're the most stupidest person ever to exist. Anybody who thinks they know better than everybody else, that's the most stupidest person. Fangon said the entire government of Liberia, nobody was educated, only him. Let me see whether they all educated senator, then we will confirm him. Whether they think that this guy is actually a governmental material. I'm not sure if they will. But if they confine him, that means what for?
I don't think you will go that round.
So I wanna say something, Mr. Kane. I know you and Monk today, by right, you're supposed to openly be apologizing to me on the show. You know, apologizing to me and the Labyrinth people, because the Labyrinth people stood with me when I said you and Monk. You need to openly,
we just say you were right.
You need to openly apologize to me.
No, we're not doing nothing.
For attacking me here that I should get the unity party and they want that one. But let me go back to
the question. If you apologize to all.
Because that question.
If you go and change to and go and tell them to apologize to SKTV for calling us liar and coming back to vindicate us and say exactly what we said.
Yeah, I will talk to members of the train so that we can do an open apology.
You know what? Uncle P want to say something. Like Uncle P change to say.
No, but I wanted to make a statement. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Uncle P can wait.
Okay, go ahead. Uncle P, hold the line.
So the question you asked is very important. How long before the Liberian people actually lose hope or start to react to what's going on? Unfortunately, for me, I can't put time to it because the Liberian people, we are good-hearted people. I'll be very honest with us. We are tolerant. We are patient. And we're a resilient set of people. And so maybe they will hang in for another 6 years and wait for elections. While the children, I'm very serious about what I'm saying. While the children, the family members suffer, eat breadcrumbs, some of the children will become slaves, homosexuals, bisexuals, and will have to join different society to survive. And it will wait for 6 years. But that one out of business. That's not my issue. Because if they react you for the Constitution gave them power. They don't have to wait for 6 years. They will take action. And their action will be supported by the rest of the world. That's foolishness that I saw them doing with Joe. We'll wait 6 years. And yeah, that way they get a man chance 6 years. Let it try with Joseph Boakai. That's fine. Let it try with this criminally managed government that's already established from the get-go. Can you imagine 3 weeks into governance? You're complaining so much. You're prattling so much.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to say is this, Mr. Kane. You know, the Eugene Fagon business, me, I don't let it talk inside too much. You know why? Because Eugene Fagon told us, even as a deputy minister, he was riding old car and sumo car and complain about Joe. Imagine the demotion from deputy minister to director at LBS. The only thing I want to say to Eugene Fagon, because he's watching too, please, we now want to complain for you. They have appointed you. We on the rescue train gave you opportunity. If that dollar you will be making, enjoy the dollar. We don't want to hear no more dry down story. Because when John Weah appointed you, you ran to Liberia and you got confirmed you were happy with the job. But it is even more disappointing on the Joseph Human Boakai and the rescue train side. Joseph Boakai, who we expect to know better, man of integrity and experience. Even the American government wrote against the same Eugene Fagon. You bring that man in your government? Are you serious? John Weah, who we criticize and say he's incompetent and inept. John Weah dumped Eugene Fagon. Fire him. You picking on and bringing government again? Say something wrong with you. Something not wrong with Eugene Fagon. So I'm waiting for them Eugene Fagon on a noise. Then I will remind the train, like I reminded them today that I told them that Joseph Boakai is a smooth crook. He will never change. That's who he is, and he will be like that until one day come. Joseph Boakai is a crook.
And to tell you, when you said Eugene Fagon was appointed by George Weah, when Eugene Fagon was appointed by George Weah, Eugene Fagon, he went crazy. Eugene Fagon thought he was on top of the world. Eugene Fagon became, the crazy man that underwent some treatment, and the crazy man came outside and look up in the air, look at the sky and say, "Oh, that's the moon over there." People go, "Oh, the guy correct now. The guy Now he can differentiate things. He knows what's going on now. He knows what's going on. He's okay now. And then the crazy guy was standing there. He said, "You look at the stars." He said, "Oh, look at another moon again." He looked behind the other side to the east. He said, "Look at another moon again." He looked to the west. Look at another moon again. He said, "Oh shit, we thought the man was okay, but no better inside, no better there." That's exactly Eugene Fagode when he became the deputy minister for press and public affairs. Eugene Fangon took that stupidity all the way to Morocco. You know who am I? That thing he took from Labro, he took it all the way to Morocco. He brought all the way here in Tennessee. He carried to West Virginia. The man went to Morocco and tell Morocco people, "You know who are talking? You know who you're talking to? I'm the deputy minister for press and public affairs." People say, "What is this? Who is this guy? Who is this lunatic? Who is this crazy man? Who is this crazy man? Where he came from?" The people thought the man was crazy. They almost grabbed him to cough on him. The people in Morocco, they thought the man was a madman. He was shouting at the airport in Morocco. He wanted to show to the people who he is. Because of the same thing, American government said, this man is a divisive figure. He's very divisive. He does not need to be in government. George Weah went and sanctioned him, suspended him for a while. That's the time the guy was talking about the whole native and Congo thing. Try to collaborate against each other. And this guy is one of the most trouble bigger I've ever seen. For Joseph Boakai, somebody that Joe, we are trash. CDC left over a non-entity.
Yeah.
A toothless bulldog. I mean, it says everything about Joseph Boakai. There where I gave up. Now I know that what we have always said is the fact. Joseph Boakai is not making decision. If Joseph Boakai is making decision, if Joseph Boakai's decision-making process is impeded by his sickness, Joseph Boakai is not well. Joseph Boakai is not well. And because of that, those that are making decisions for him, they've never been fair to him. Uncle P call, he want to say something before we go to the line in Liberia. Yeah. Uncle Pete, how you doing?
Yeah.
Is this Uncle Pete?
Yeah, the Uncle Pete.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. So I didn't know that you can say salam alaikum. Let the other side of Uncle Pete now. Uncle Pete, you're live. Go ahead.
Salam alaikum, Sekou, and God bless all the panelists on your show today.
Thank you.
Let me say this. I've been listening to you, Sekou. I have the greatest respect for your show, you, Moses, and all the participants.
Thank you.
I follow you guys every day. As a matter of fact, I learn from you guys. You guys are one of my teachers.
Thank you.
Because the dissemination of information is very vital to any society. So if you all be disseminating information, I study from all angles with the dissemination of information. Second, you said something, my own brother, my own nephew, that I disagree with you guys. And I'm not going to criticize you guys negatively. I believe in positive criticism and not negative criticism. When you said that Prophet Key is more qualified than Eugene Facron, I say don't make that mistake, gentlemen. I beg you.
It's not. I think it's a qualifier. I say better.
It's better.
Yeah,
their mental state.
It's more better than
because all of them have some mental disability.
Yes, you will respond. Eugene Facron is a young man. We all have error. We all have error. We all have made mistakes in the past. Eugene made mistakes in the past, but that shouldn't disqualify him from occupying positions in government. Not because you've been dismissed from one government, that means you cannot occupy a position in the next government. I work with government when you guys were maybe you guys were not around as young people guys were very young. I work in the government in Liberia. That was a possibility. I was deputy chief auditor for the Republic of Liberia. I worked at Ministry of Finance for 19 unbroken years. There was a possibility I could have been dismissed for one mistake that I made. When I insulted the president in the street and I didn't know he was the president. President Doe, and he forgave me. Eugene Fagon is qualified. Not because John Weah government dismissed Eugene Fagon, so he's not competent to hold positions.
So Uncle P, what is your definition of qualification?
Okay.
What is your understanding of somebody being qualified? And then what do you consider as one mistake?
Maybe Eugene Fagon. There were times that I didn't agree with Eugene Fagon.
I'm asking you. You said Eugene Fagon made one mistake. What do you consider as one mistake, and what do you consider as qualification?
Your utterances, some of Eugene Fagon utterances were not welcomed by a lot of Liberians. And
Okay.
I was one of those. But not because of that, he cannot be employed with the Joseph Boakai government. If you be dismissed from one government, another government can employ you.
Okay.
Uncle P, I want to ask you a question.
Steve want to ask you a question. Go ahead, Steve.
I want to ask you a question, Uncle P.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe George Weah is incompetent and inept?
If I believe why George Weah is what?
Incompetent.
George Weah was incompetent and inept to be president.
Well, I personally felt that George Weah wasn't ready to be president.
No, you're not answering my question.
People wanted him to be president.
It means asking you whether you believe George Weah is incompetent and inept.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
It's not about his readiness.
No, he's not incompetent.
Okay. He's not incompetent. He was not inept. Okay.
All right. That's cool.
Okay. So let me. There's the second part of my question. Uncle P, here's the second part of my question.
The people in CDC. Joe happened to Samuel Doe.
Pape,
Yeah.
I give you 30 seconds. I want you to conclude. It's okay.
Let me just ask you the last part of my question. I'm begging.
Please, Eugene Fagon, we shouldn't say that Eugene Fagon shouldn't hold position in government because another government is missing. No.
All right, thank you.
Uncle P. No. I want to ask him.
You're gonna waste our time, Steve. We got to take calls in Liberia. Uncle P can call back.
Okay, yeah, but let me say this.
Because the thing is, we're gonna go in circle.
Yeah,
Uncle P made up his mind to come and say what he want to say about Eugene Fagon, and we can't take that away from him.
I won't say this to Uncle P, and let me say this in public.
Let us start the idea that Eugene Fagon shouldn't hold position.
No. You can support him, but you can't tell us to start what we're saying.
Uncle P, let me say this.
You believe in him. We believe Eugene Fagon is not governmental material. We believe Eugene Fagon is a divisive figure. We believe Eugene Fagon does not bring anything tangible to the table that will add any value to the government. So bringing Eugene Fagon will be a distraction and will be a demotion for Joseph Boakai government.
Let me say this to Uncle P.
Uncle P, thank you.
Let me say this, and then we'll go to
You
Liberia.
don't have to be here for you to,
yes.
Just say what you want to say.
Let me say this really quick. We'll go to Liberia. The three branches of government in Liberia show that Eugene Fagon is not qualified to hold any position in Liberia. The 44th legislature, the 54th, legislature, called Eugene Fagon non-governmental material. The judicial branch of government in our country also allow Eugene Fagon to be jailed. Then the last branch of government, which is the executive, fire Eugene Fagon. And if you, Uncle P, believe that Eugene Fagon is capable, competent to hold opposition in Liberia, in the government, we'll see. You will come here again.
But just before you gotta go to the radio, Uncle said confused me. Uncle Pete confused me for a man who worked 19 years at such a level. Uncle Pete is telling the audience that George Weah was never ready to be president, but equally so, he does not believe that he was inept and unqualified. I mean, how do you put the two together?
Yeah, maybe Uncle Pete does not understand, the BB English he was speaking.
Pete is a well-learned, very experienced. I think he knew exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, no, either he doesn't know or he willfully blinding himself.
He knows.
Yeah, so it's okay.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Want to open the line, but somebody who is this on the line here? Hello.
Yeah, who calling us? Maybe it's Conrad Yinka. I don't know.
Hello, what is your name?
Yeah, Fickle, this is Wilton from Connecticut.
Who?
Wilton.
Wilton from Connecticut. Quickly, we haven't started taking call here yet, but Uncle Pete broke the law.
Yeah, Uncle Pete broke the law. Uncle Pete come with a lot of shenanigans on the show here, all over the place. Anyway, let me be honest with you. I think few people saw the now president, the Liberian people, as a saint. And we know President Joseph Boakai is not a saint when it comes to integrity. He's not a saint. We know Joseph Boakai was fired 2 times from 2 separate governments in Liberia. We know that as a fact. But yet they saw him because the Liberian people, some of them were desperate for regime change, and they felt he was the only alternative. Come to find out, in this early stage of his reign, we see corruption that is overtaking his government on an unprecedented scale, a level. And so when people like our old man come here, because he has been defending this old man for so long, and anybody that prays Mr. Boakai, he will speak on behalf of them, especially Eugene Fagon, who is a propagandist. He cannot hold the office that he gave it because that's a national platform, not for propaganda or dissemination. It's for information dissemination. So Eugene Fagon does not even know how to communicate with people properly. He will get angry. He will make that whole place a propaganda place. The American already branded him. So I don't know how Joseph Boakai, in his wisdom, would appoint such a man in that capacity, So it's something that, and I listen to my brother Monk, right? He always referred to President Weah. I mean, the past government, Weah. Okay, President Weah did this. Don't forget, at the very early stage of President Weah administration, there were a lot of lies and deception that was sold to Liberian people. $16 billion. There was no $16 billion missing in the economy at the time. But they pushed that narrative out there and they made Liberian people to stop.
I want you to conclude so we can tell at least 2 calls in Liberia, my brother. Please.
They made Liberian people to turn against President Weah from the get-go. Unlike this administration, nobody pushed nobody. They did their own thing. Divided $300,000 and the chairman of the party is unconstant right now. And, inauguration, president passing out at inauguration and all the other stuff. It's going.
All right, thank you so much. So everybody that is calling you, please wait. Let's take a few calls in Liberia, and then you can start calling me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so quickly. Let me say good evening to Conrad Yinka, also one of our regular followers. Also, is right here in Liberia from the USA. Yeah, we're calling on the other number, man. Yeah, so indeed, Conrad Yinka, want to say thank you so much for following the SKTV back home. You are right here in Liberia, and you're also following us via the radio. So 077-833-9682. That's the number to call. To this caller, hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
Yeah, I'm Secretary General of the UP Director Reform Bureau. I'm calling for Brooklyn Edition number 4.
But we're strong.
Not a contradiction in a statement from something from SKTV. The first thing, Jason Wakoni is not appointed as a Longa. Longa boss now. The president for Longa that was appointed by the president is Suakubo Dennis. Yeah?
All right. All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
They still get response bureau, man.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
Yeah, my name is Mova Vettori, calling for South Africa.
Okay, boss.
Yeah, I don't want
The campaign finish, election finish. Let's focus on what we're discussing. But yeah, but election finish. So when you for going on the other side, you will not qualify, but today you qualify. No, they country interested.
Oh, yeah, let you say you government material.
Hello.
Read the name of that.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Data Kukaso. I'm joining your conversation this afternoon from Oro. Yeah, my consider I've been joined to the declaration of our president today. We are urging to please a access to be public so that we will be able to read through to know why he's here to people taking over our country.
There you go.
The presidency is being reached overnight. So
we're
getting in that Brian very to the LADC today. Let him please make it public. Let him open it so everybody can read so we can know what is that.
Thank you. Ego. Yeah, only among us, I know there are some people that will touch on some things. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, but go ahead. Okay, though, don't mind us. We're fine.
So my name is Abu S. Golafale. I joined the conversation this evening from district number 3, Monserrano County. The platform. Quickly to the issue. I have
the map credit in the rescue team, map credit ben woman as I know how come. Today's caller, good evening. No, ma. No, but I'm going to get all the people a chance, man. All the people to call. You know, that 077-833-9682. That's your defense thing you want to do. Just go better without defense so that you can be leaking. Because you don't better defense go or leak.
The defense bureau, stay in your throat, you want to defense bureau.
077-833-9682. The other lamb ranking back to back. My man, we're going to get at least take 1 or 2 more calls, then we'll cross over to the team because of time. Yeah, but Pascal, David, and all of you that are calling, 077-833-9682. Just 1 more call, and we'll cross over. Yeah, I think tomorrow, Sekou, Brazilian Monk, and that was Steve. Got to give the callers at least some time. Yeah, so, yeah, let me see who's calling on the other side. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my brother, good evening. Quickly, no time, go ahead.
My name is Daniel Professor Johnson. I'm the national chairman for the Sound Mandela Bureau, and I'm calling from Red Hat this evening. And I think the president said he has declared his assets, and then we saw him carry 1 blind envelope at NACC today. We are welcoming that, but we'll pass on. We are also telling you the blind envelope you carry to NACC. We want to know what was in that blind envelope. You are not going to tell us you get it all one, you get it all wrong. We want for this asset to be public. And the Labrador people need to know. He said he's a man of integrity. He said he's bringing transparency to the presidency. So if he's transparent, then he may bring the LFCC to publicly everybody feel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that means the brown plastic or the brown, the handle the brown, and the question shouldn't be like the black or plastic bag. So yeah, Steve, say we gotta go, no time. Indeed, I don't know. Yeah, man. So that's too interesting. The country
today, unfortunately,
I don't want trouble.
Unfortunately, I'll blame Sekou for today. Until we take off from Liberia, that was normal routine. What an Uncle Pio. What an NDP.
Yeah, man. You're out time, man.
We're not doing that. Yeah. So I blame Sekou for that. And you know, Sekou, you know what interesting?
Yeah. Right.
You know what really interesting? Listening to the callers, like you guys said, some minor Liberians are raising issues. Don't call out who got the bureau then whatever it is. They still got small trash card meaning they put on their phone. We saw Lamy the time what happened. All the bureau then from Buckby Avenue from the bureau. We're not hearing it again, right? And new bureau then open. Well, what were you up to? We're waiting for the bureau then. Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks in Liberia, what does it take you to you guys?
We said it right with Auto Response Bureau. From Toe Community and Bakuwe Avenue, we can't hear it anymore.
I like the The last caller who say from the chairman of the San Manuel Liberians. I like all kind of bureau in Liberia. I love them. For some reason, I'm just loving these guys in Liberia. But on a serious note, and people that are here watching and listening to us, you guys have to change course. You got to change the way you do things right now. That's not the way forward. You can't start your job with corruption. That's not good. We shouldn't do that. So let's get to Abraham here. Mabel, thank you so much, and thank you everybody at FM. And we'll be here tomorrow again on the radio. But we'll continue the show on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and also on SKTV. Let me get here. Let me get to Abraham. I think this is Abraham Corner. I'm not sure. Hello?
Yes.
Abraham.
How you doing, brother?
We're doing wonderful. How are you?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
What say you?
Man, well,
are you a member of the San Manuel Liberians? That if I were to join anything Abraham, that's the thing I'll be on. Yeah, that's the group I would join. Steve can classify all any kind of way you want. Yeah, that one is another group. I like it. Yeah.
But let's be honest here, guys.
Chairman of the San Manuel Liberians.
One thing that just came to my mind, is what? With regards to LPS.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I've been thinking about it since yesterday up to now.
Yeah.
Contemporary Liberia, post-war Liberia, or even prior, I cannot remember anybody that have been appointed to LBS without a mass communication knowledge or background. Because if you go back, even during the DOR era, G.V. Kumar, the likes of G.V. Kumar, the likes of Tommy Rain, and all of those people, even during the crisis, Charles Taylor's time, everyone that was appointed to LPS were all mass communication veterans.
Yep.
Now, so I'm not confused on that. Maybe I stand corrected. Somebody can correct me on the show. But I don't know of anybody that have been appointed over there that has not been to the School of Journalism or got mass communication degree. Because even Lenji who ran it, that came from over there, he's a journalist, a veteran journalist.
Yeah.
He came from there, and then he got transferred to the Foreign and to the Information Ministry. You understand? People, I mean, you just go on. Even Bushidin Keita, he was over there before. And that graduated mass communication and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you guys help me up here. I don't know if anybody can call on the show and need me. Anyone that has said a Director General LBS without a mass communication background, I would gladly appreciate that information. That's all I just wanted to add in there. I'm not taking all your time.
Yeah, and thank you for being part of the. What's that group name again?
Yeah, the San Manuel Bureau.
the San Manuel Liberians. All right, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Monk. Well, I'm sorry, man.
The San Manuel Bureau, because it seems like when one party is in power, that whole group, their brain can just vanish, you know. That's why the man say I'm from the San Manuel Bureau. Look, we playing joke in our country, man. We ain't ready for prime time.
Liberia. You know what? On a serious note, man, I just feel like we need help as a country. Well, let me take this caller here. Oh, hold on 1 second. You know, like Uncle B won't call back, but before I go to Uncle B, let's take some first-time callers. Let me take some first-time callers here. 445. Last 4 digits 7418. What is your name and where you calling from? The person on the WhatsApp line, just hold the line for a second. Hello?
My name is Bilal V. Soiree. And
Bilal V. Soiree, is here?
yeah, Villa V Soiree. I joined you from Philadelphia this afternoon.
Welcome, my brother.
Thank you. Let me appreciate you guys for the great job. Enlightening our people on critical national issues.
Thank you.
From all angles. I don't want to be, let's say, dictating to you on the show, or maybe those are taking call of that back from Liberia. But this is my observation. Please let us take it into consideration. I know Ethic EV has always been a platform to give everyone the view, no matter how you oppose to them. But I want everyone to have this level of free expression, void of insult, void of saying things that is not true. I observe when Mayborn was taking calls, he started getting people who oppose to the platform, and that is a concern. If you are getting other people the platform, maybe they agree with you, and not give other people the chance to flow, there's a dark cloud there will be a dark cloud on the independence. So I just thought to register that. But to the issue, I want to be on the record to know who is qualified to be LBS director. One, my concern is it is prudent, or it is a requisite qualifications that has to do with you have to get the degree of communication or formal communication. And what is maybe the act that creates that particular LBO? What does it say about somebody being a director? These are critical questions that in my mind, and I think somebody on the show or somebody can call to clear that gap. I would appreciate. But I think in my own right mind, looking at LBS, Mr. Eugene Fagon can drop us in that particular sector, because those are people who communicate with people and stepping in the information ministry and coming with all experience. I think in my mind, I might be wrong if improvement in the future, but I think in my mind he can serve that position. And let people get, for me, I always want to be battled. Let people get other than share when people talk about Mr. Boga. If anybody like Boga, is it those that would tell him the basic truth? And Mr. President, you're doing this not right. These are things that we criticized yesterday. Correct it. These are reasons that will bring you into power. Correct it. Nobody should see you as a hindrance to the progress of Liberia. And everybody give them the space to speak on critical national issue as it is. Somebody talking about asset declaration and publishing it. The issue of publishing it is by the way of the individual who publish it. But by law, you should declare that the law, that people know that this is why you declare through the requisite institute. But the issue of publication, it is in your right. But I think what Mr. Boga can do, because he came on the basis of transparency and accountability, let people know what you inherit, because we were told that you didn't have money. So let know what you come in with and what you will go if you are not president. Thank you very much, Mr. SK, and thanks to Brazilian on and Stephen for the great job.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. And we take your little reservation or criticism in good faith. Thank you. Hello? Hello, Uncle P. Hello? Hello, Uncle P?
Yeah, Tico, I just want to say something for 1 second.
Yeah, quickly.
I respect you guys. Moses made a remark.
We do respect you too.
Yeah, Moses made a remark about me that I'm surprised. And that remark, I consider it very derogatory.
Why?
For him to say people like Uncle P, if we even get a call for him, we shouldn't accept it. I just want to tell you, Sekou.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Moses disrespected me on your show.
Yeah, but he didn't say that. He didn't say people like you shouldn't take your call. He said, why? Listen. That's not what he said. Listen now. You got to listen to me. I give you a chance to talk. Okay.
Yes.
What Steve was trying to say, because I took your call, that took away the time that we're supposed to give to the people in Liberia. He said it doesn't matter who it is, even Uncle P, we shouldn't give people time to call in. We should prioritize the people in Liberia first.
Yeah, and then we can call you later.
Because they want to be on the radio. So he wanted us to give the people then priorities. After that, then we can take other calls. That's why he said even Uncle P, even for the Uncle P, shouldn't take anybody calls.
He made that statement because I disagree with what
No.
No, I don't think that was Steve's argument. Uncle P, maybe you got it wrong.
Steve's point was about giving people in Labrador more time. All right, Bobby, thank you. No. Uncle P, no, you can. Uncle P, you are free to call on the show anytime. Listen. Man, you're respected everywhere. But listen now. Listen. You misconstrue Steve's. Okay, Uncle P. You want to listen? You want to listen? You see now? Okay, now you said Steve disrespect you, right? We that respecting you now, you don't want to listen to all.
Yeah, to listen to us, you see?
You don't want to respect us too. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
All right. First of all, you misconstrue Steve's comment. That's not what he meant. And Steve's concerns was more about giving people enough time before we're taking calls from here. Not because we disagree with you. We can disagree with a lot of people. We still have a conversation. I don't think Steve, is lacking the information to argue with you or to even give you, the right answer to your question or concern. But Steve's concern was about we not giving people enough time in Liberia before we start to open the lines here. He said, whoever the person is, even his Uncle P, please allow the people in Liberia to call first before we can open the line here. So, but if you find this offensive, I don't want you to say you're not going to call on the show anymore. You can call on the show anytime you want. We'll be here on the show here with you when we used to do the show on the cell phone. So nothing should make you mad. Yeah, oh man too. So
no, but Mr. Kane, I'm right here. I can speak on behalf of myself.
But you're not being here. You may be talking. You just kidding. We'll be talking. We'll be talking on your behalf. So let's conclude. Yeah. Uncle P.
No, I need to address Uncle P directly because it's important.
Let's
for Uncle P to not make characterize me to say I disrespect him. No, he can't say that. I'm right here.
Okay, talk to him.
I never disrespected you, Uncle P. In fact, I said even NTP call on this line, they will prioritize the people in Liberia. Say we have short time in Liberia, then at least we can open it up to the people in the United States. So what in here that wrong? What do you disagree with me on here today that making it sound like me and you got something or you disagree? What in here you disagree with me on? To come and say you want Eugene Fagon to be higher? That your right to say you want Eugene Fagon to be higher. That my right to say Eugene Fagon will declare a government boom in Liberia, and that's true.
But all three branches of government.
Boom. What is that secret? That's not secret. If you support Eugene Fagon, that's fine. That's your right. But let's not make it personal, Uncle P.
You know what I'm talking about.
Uncle P, let's not make it personal. If you misunderstood me, please go repeat.
I will tell my niece to call you and take care of you. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Uncle P, the way you put me.
Uncle P, about something else here. Let's hear a personal.
Hold on 1 second. Uncle P, you want my boy situation in there,
No, Uncle P and I will go a long way. Y'all need to believe me, Uncle P.
Call needs to call him to take care of him.
Yeah, but here's the thing now. Here's the thing.
But anyway, I'm glad that Uncle P is laughing now. Uncle P, thank you, man. Thank you. Don't be angry.
Uncle P asked all the Minnesota will talk after this.
Yeah, that's my senior part from Minnesota.
We saw the ball in Minnesota.
Uncle P, still got your life together. Don't go for it. Don't go for it.
No. Those who want pass around with different information.
All right, Uncle P, thank you.
Uncle P, no, I pay here. I'm speaking from. We know the call we speaking.
Moses message will call you.
No, we're talking. Uncle P, while we're talking. Nothing.
Uncle P, so Uncle P, you uncle-in-law, eh?
Yeah.
No, Mr. Cannon, another way, man. No, don't, Mr. Cannon, Uncle P, another way.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle P, that veteran.
All right, Uncle P, thank you.
Uncle P, that veteran. You know, Uncle P, that veteran.
You gotta be careful with Uncle P. I see one Uncle P was getting angry.
No,
You do nothing.
that you don't want. That you don't want any voting.
You feel like you want police yelling to you.
That's the one thing the whole thing was that down.
Brokeable power.
Yeah.
Brokeable power, you there? Oh, I thought you were putting a whole brokeable power.
Uncle P sending some asymmetrical code.
Ah,
I don't get no signal here.
Brokeable power. Yes. What do you know about Brazilian mom, man? You're Uncle P.
You are a bias.
Oh, I'm biased?
Yeah.
Okay. My own Uncle P not come. So okay, what happened? What did I do? Mama, you my own Uncle P for today. So what happened? What did I do? But Uncle P, the papa, Uncle P being around here when you're not even around.
My man, Uncle P, that beast still on the show. Don't even go there. Yeah.
All right, no problem. You my Uncle P of the day. Go ahead, attack me, whatever you say. I agree.
Okay. No, you don't say anything. You say law and what's it? I mean, when you can't talk about president, we are not going to take time to talk to the president.
No.
You just say the man not qualified to be president, or you know he will not qualified to be president. The president are qualified to be president in power now. If you want to discuss, let's discuss about president in power now. The man in less than 2 years, in less than 2 months, you see a lot of mistakes that happen in the regime. These are things we have been discussing. President, we are going power. Even the inauguration was the best inauguration in Liberia this year. After you go inaugurated, he appointed a government official in less than 2 weeks. Providing 40. You see, government that got all the degree, all the master's degree, all the PhD, they in power, they don't even understand one another. They didn't listen, okay, okay? They didn't listen, listen. When we're discussing now, let's discuss about the regime in power. Since you're not qualified, that's why they put it out. So if the president has said, look at him doing. What is the drug test? We know he gets a drug. What is the drug test? What declare asset we now want to be public? You declare asset to election commission, and you say you can declare asset again. If you declare asset, you want to declare public. The reason why you say declare asset is because the other regime did not declare asset public. So if you declare asset and not make it public, then why you say you declare asset? So those are things we should be discussing. You see? So on the other side, let me say something. Look, Segu, that guy said, oh, you're going to get to a somebody says that line was talking or he's talking voice, then you keep it online. Not because the president got ready to talk. He got ready, you say, get a platform to protest. So
all right, thank you.
Say anything on the platform that I correct, he lied, that's what they said.
All right, Bogo, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the person who talk about how people we should respond to people in Liberia when you call in, somebody criticize the platform, somebody not saying something, in favor of a platform. No, we don't really. We have always told Maybon to allow everybody to speak, whether they criticize us, whether they say anything. But if somebody is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, if somebody is saying something that the station there feel like they're not supposed to air it, they have the right, to restrict how people or what people can say. But that doesn't mean they disagree with us. Almost all the other people have called and disagree with us all the time. We have no problem with that. So people should not actually have any issue of us agreeing or disagreeing with certain people. No. So our problem is not about agreeing with us. You don't have to agree with us. And we don't really care about that. Ordinary people get the right to think the way they want to think. Our message to ask people to do the right thing is directed at the president and people who are given the responsibility to steer the affairs of our country. Ordinary people, they will have different opinions on issues. We have no control over that, and that's their right. So we're not going to stop people from saying what they want to say because we disagree with them. or because we have problem with their opinion. No, we'll still allow you to talk, regardless of our disagreement. So, you know, this is Sharif, right?
Yeah, Credible Sharif.
Credible Sharif, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, bro Sekou. Yeah, to the issue real quick. I'm glad that Wakai became, president. He's the president for the country. I think Liberia now is trying to see, we should let it be. We are very good at that. So let's continue with the try and see, let the competition continue to go on. Who's going to be the most corrupt, regime, from the, United Party and CDC has always been on this, race. So they are making sure they're proving themselves to the Liberians as to who is most corrupt. And Liberians actually, they love that. Can't you see Liberians are celebrating today? Joseph Wakai carried his, declared asset quietly, and he threw the envelope to the LSE. And I mean, I think LSE. And Liberians are celebrating. They are there jubilating. Oh, yeah, the man's on the right track. After a man who make a lot of assertion, almost every radio outlet he been to, they won. He will declare asset. He failed to do that. He's carrying on nepotizing his son, his nephew, and all of that, and they are fine with it. And now the most funny thing is that now Mr. Wakai can listen to radio and BBC that informing him that there has been war in Ukraine. That making the market, things price going to be high. Now Mr. Wakai now informing Liberians that listen, I listen to radio. Y'all be patient. I listen to the radio, they post saying Ukraine war fighting. Nigeria war been fighting Ukraine. The police in that year. You also mentioned in an interview that they war in Israel. Nigeria, the war started. So let them continue. We will just sit down and agree to everything. At the end of the day, Waka and not baby. Are you understand? But I know how to continue doing the same thing here. So, we will be right here. Me and Steve, we're in a city route. We're on a city car. We're on a city wagon. We will look at it and we'll say we agree. Waka and not baby. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Monk, unless you have anything to add before we go. I think we've been here now for 2 hours and 21 minutes. Monk, are you there? Hello, Monk. Okay, Brazilian Monk, are you there? All right, I think Monk is not there. So yes, I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. I want to say thank you for your time, and we'll be here again tomorrow, hopefully. And I want to thank all of you too. I mean, that actually, I think somebody, let me see here. Yeah, I think somebody sent us $20. I want to say thank you to that person. Let me make sure if there's anything else. Yeah, somebody else also sent us $25. $20 and $25. Let me check the Zelle. Yep, that's it. So thank you guys, and we'll be here tomorrow. We appreciate your time.